Dreamdust growing up was hard. Very, very hard. Not only was it was hard because he was the brothers of the Brothers of Destruction. Undertaker, Kane, and one of the worst siblings he hated, the Colossal. Often they would get into fights, and it would get very bad that Dreamdust would have to use modern weapons to fend off his brothers. And he was the middle child. The Colossal was the youngest, but he was also the tallest. Standing 1 inch over Kane, 7'1", he was the tower of the entire family. Dreamdust was not only the smallest of the brothers, he was known as the most wimpiest and the most dumbest, even though he was the most smartest. Take it from himself, Dreamdust on Twitter said, "I used to be bullied back then, and look at me now. I'm the current LEW Apex Predator champion." That's what he tweeted. He got a lot of attention from it, and he gained a lot of fans. But let's start off from the very beginning, from when he was born. As you know, February 27, 1996, Dreamdust was born. Named Sia Bradford from the start. He, apparently, according to his parents, they thought he was going to grow older to be just like his other brothers, Kane and Undertaker. Undertaker not being the most, smartest, but he was very wise. Undertaker promised he was going to take care of his brother, his current younger brother, because the Colossal wasn't born in that moment. And Dreamdust, when he was just a little kid at the age of 14, he wanted to be just like the Undertaker. Undertaker was fan of gothic, electricity, dark times. His brother Kane was in love with fire, heat, rage, and death. So he thought of that as an inspiration from himself to be just like them. But when he tried to be like that, he was bullied by Kane and Undertaker. Kane, most of the time, Kane was the bully of the family. And then, once the Colossal was born, 1997, he knew that it was time that he and this sibling were going to get along just fine. The Colossal watched as Dreamdust got bullied, and this didn't do anything. This is the thing that made Dreamdust enrage himself and move on. Dreamdust enraged himself so hard that he found out what he really wanted to do. He was interested in stars, intergalaxies, galaxies, and more. He grew so enraged that he wanted to be his own god. And look where he is now. He calls himself the face of the LEW. He calls himself the god of the intergalactic. He calls himself the one who should have been looking after his brothers, because if he wasn't, they would turn out the way they are now. He said if he did, they would turn out to be just like him. They would be his intergalactic minions. We are sitting down with Dreamdust himself, and he's gonna tell us what he thinks of his own brothers. Dreamdust, the mic is yours. Oh, I'm glad to be here sitting with you on my own documentary. So, the thing I hate most about my brothers, and the brother I hate most of them all, is the Colossal. I thought the Colossal, ever since he was born, we were gonna get along. Him being 1 year old, 1 year younger than me, I was the one he had to look up to. But look, he grew older on me. And by older, I mean taller. He used to pick fights with me because he wanted to be like Kane and Undertaker. Kane and Undertaker were way older than us, and our parents were really elderly then. They weren't like elders like but they were elderly. It was then where he would start beating me up real bad that I would have to use modern weapons for kitchen substances like knives, metal spatulas, handheld cheese graters that grate across his face and peel off skin. Yes, I'm responsible for his markings. Colossal was nothing but a liar. On Instagram, he was hiding the truth. He posted a picture of himself with scarred and burned faces. Everyone believed the person who burned him was Kane. Everyone believed the person who scarred him was Undertaker. The truth is, I'm the one who burned him. I'm the one who scarred him with the knives. That's the truth. So, our mom and dad thought it was nice for me to move away and get away from the Colossal. That meant being away from the rest of the brothers, Kane and Undertaker. So they decided to move me to one of our uncle's house. They moved me to the wealthiest of our uncles, who turned out to be the most richest person in the family. And Colossal took this as a sign of jealousy, threat. He didn't want me to move away because he thought I was gonna put uncle and wealth in front of brotherhood. And trust me, I did. I used most of his money once he had died to make my own. I am an intergalactic god and savage. And something is moving behind me, and they should stop. Shut up! Dumb fans behind me can't even let me freaking get record so I can goddamn do this documentary. Is that in the documentary? We can't cut it. Cut it out! We can't. Stupid technology! Anyways, I grew into intergalactic spirits, gods, kings, priests, peasants, anything space. Once I grew older, I'm currently in my 20s, probably 19. I decided to go into the WWE. I stayed there for a week because I knew it was fake. I moved to the LEW, my own wrestling show. Grew more success than AEW, Ring of Honor, and the WWE. And I am the current LEW Apex Predator champion. Well, I see that. And, your brother has something to say about it. You know what? I'm gonna stay talking. He doesn't need anything. Your time's up, Mr. Dreamdust. This is my documentary. You know what? Stupid humans. Take me away. More things about Dreamdust is that after he won the LEW Apex Predator Championship, he grew evil. He got to the point where all the wrestling shows around the world were talking about him being the face of not only the LEW, but the entire wrestling economy and universe. He even beat Roman Reigns at what he does. And Roman Reigns is supposed to be the face of the WWE. Not to mention Baron Corbin, who is the heel of the WWE. But no, Dreamdust made it. It happened when he turned that one babyface turn. Then he won the LEW Apex Predator Championship. After he did that, he went up to a fan. He loved fans after he turned babyface at LEW. He got into the crowd, rose that championship, and when he let the championship down to walk back into the locker room from the barrier, one of the fans touched his championship. He looked back at the fan, and to be honest, he didn't really know who the fan was or where they were, so he asked where they were. No one knew exactly which one did it, so he dropped the championship and started beating up the fans, severely injuring about 7 of them. He had to be escorted out with his belt, not to the locker room, to his car to go home. He was much of a danger to the wrestling economy and universe, as everyone thought he was. I mean, that was bad. If you don't know who he is, the guy who's talking, that is the fan. The one that was severely injured, well, one of them. And that was also the fan that touched his championship. So let's hear from him. I mean, it was bad. I still have a scar across my eye to prove it. One of my eyes after that, one of my blood vessels in the eyes popped. Like, half of my eye was red, and the other one was, white. It looked like I had bloodshot. That must have been hard for you. It was. I was in the hospital for over a year. 3.5 to be exact. Because mainly the doctors thought it wouldn't be good to go back to a wrestling show or back to my house. Because Dreamdust, that Apex Championship, was the only thing he cared about. The only thing he cared about. And I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait for Dreamdust to lose his Apex Predator Championship at Night 2 of LEW WrestleMania against Mega Flint or the Colossal. I really hope it's the Colossal because it's his brother, and his brother needs to beat the sense into freaking Dreamdust. You're gonna be a kid heel, then you're gonna turn into a baby face, then you're gonna get back to a heel because a person touched your championship. Wait until I'm there. I heard you're moving to WWJP after LEW WrestleMania. Don't worry, I'll be there soon, so don't even worry about that. Don't even sweat it. I'm done talking to these fools. Just get the camera on my face. Well, as you heard, that was Noah Johnson, the fan that was attacked brutally and had the blood vessel popped. That's also the fan who touched his championship. 3 years and a half in the hospital. 3.5 years. That's some mess right there. I mean, I wouldn't even want to be in the hospital for 3.5 years. But, I mean, if I was the guy who touched his championship, I might as well should have ran before he asked who touched my belt. But, back to the Dreamdust story. There was a time where he and his brother had faced each other at WWE before they both moved to the LEW. At WWE, it was scripted as the brothers were, supposed to form a tag team called the Dreamy Smoke. They were supposed to be the freaking 10-time SmackDown Tag Team Champions and the 6-time Raw Tag Team Champions. But that grew out of order because once Vince McMahon signed that, not the contract but the script, they took one look at it and they started attacking and arguing each other. Dreamdust only had one match in the WWE. He won and he left. He had fans in the WWE, over 25,000 of them. And that was the week before WrestleMania. He was scheduled to have a match with his brother at WrestleMania. Whoever won had a championship opportunity against the one and only John Cena. And it was supposed to be a great match because John Cena had just returned and everything. But no. Can you get this fan behind me out of the way? Dumb fan. Get out of here. Police, get this kid out of here. Come on, get out of here. Now. Get out of here. Dumb fan. God dang. And when Colossal heard his brother Dreamdust had left the WWE without his saying or hearing, he decided to try to get back at him. It took him months and months to realize how to get back at his brother Dreamdust until he finally realized the ones Dreamdust were close to and the ones who were close to Dreamdust. He realized that Kane and Undertaker, the bullies of the family, were close to Dreamdust. He noticed that Dreamdust had very close relatives that they didn't know about. Cody Rhodes, aka Stardust, and Goldust, aka Dustin Rhodes. So, he decided to go for Dustin, aka Goldust, first. Goldust had a match. It was a main event match for Friday Night SmackDown. And Vince McMahon said his opponent will come out shortly. So obviously Vince saying that, Goldust didn't know who his opponent was. So Goldust was hyped because he came off of a return too. 3 years out of the WWE ring. So Goldust was hyped. He was really hyped. And not only that, it was a steel cage match. So as soon as the Colossal's theme music heard, Goldust was relieved and not relieved. He was relieved because Colossal was a rookie out of the Brothers of Destruction. So he didn't know the ropes that Kane and Undertaker had. And he was also not relieved because he was a brother of destruction. We'll give you some more insider on that, because sitting down with us right now, we have the Colossal, aka the brother of Kane, Undertaker, and the Apex Predator Championship holder, Dreamdust. Welcome, Colossal. Are you happy to do this today? No, I'm not happy to do this today. What? Don't ask me why. You think I want to be here? You think I'm here to be in a documentary about my brother, Dreamdust? The dumbest of the family? Sure, he might have been the wisest, but I was the toughest and tallest. The thing is, the insider is, before Dreamdust left the WWE, me and him were getting really close. WrestleMania, it wasn't really supposed to be a match between just me and him. Vince set up a match between me versus Kane versus Undertaker versus Dreamdust for a chance against John Cena. The script was supposed to be that I won, and Dreamdust didn't take this heavily. He took it jealously, and he took it meanly. And before he left, he not only did he attack Vince McMahon brutally, he attacked Shane, Triple H, and Stephanie. Who would attack Stephanie McMahon? Especially if you're a male wrestler. You don't just put your hands on a female like that. But anyway, he left. And when Kane and Undertaker and me went looking for him, he attacked us from behind. He hit me with the dark matter. He super kicked Kane like 12 times. And then he hit Undertaker with 3 diamond dusts. That's like 100 super kicks, but in the air. Well, it feels like it at least. But on your neck, nose, and head area. Must have been bad for you. It was bad for me. You don't know what it's like to live in a place or be raised with Kane, Undertaker, and Dreamdust. Dreamdust moved away when we were 14, but we started getting aggressive towards each other when we were 10. 10! I'm done with this. I'm done with this. Actually, I'm not done with this. So, when I heard he, left to go to the LEW, Legendary Elite Wrestling, he grew fans there. A lot. I mean millions. Millions of fans. You know what millions means? You know what the million definition is? 1 million. Over 1 million. Definition. More fans than any fan in the WWE or has anyone packed at WrestleMania. Any WrestleMania. That's crazy. Hell yeah, it's crazy. You think it's not crazy to be having more fans than anyone? Expect anyone in the Brothers of Destruction? I mean, it could be. Hey, listen to me and listen to me well. Say one more dumb thing towards me about Dreamdust, and I will choke slam you, and I will tombstone you. Please don't. No. You're lucky I'm not gonna pile driver you through the ramps, because I would drag you to that ring and pile drive you right now. Goodbye. Goodbye, Colossal. So not only that, we have, before the first part of this documentary is over, we have Mega Flint, the Colossal, and Dreamdust here in the same room talking about the match for the Apex Predator Championship. Hello, Mega Flint, nice to have you. Thank you for having me. Colossal, we just met. We did. And I'm not afraid to pile drive you or choke slam you again. And Dreamdust, we've met, right? Well, of course we met. Okay. Dreamdust, how does this match feel for you? This is an emotional match, even for an intergalactic god. But why? Because this match is my last match in LEW. And it is for my LEW Apex Predator Championship. And even if one of these guys beats me for it, the championship will be relinquished the same day to a current LEW superstar. I'm gonna show my fans here in LEW that I still have it and I can win my championship, even though it will have to be relinquished after the event, the main event, our match. Mega Flint, talk about this match. I don't give a damn if this is an emotional match for Dreamdust or the Colossal, because I know they're brothers. I'm going to take away Dreamdust Championship, get it relinquished, and we're going to meet up. All three of us will meet up at the WWJP. I'm a 5-time championship belt holder. I am the Le Champion. And I am unstoppable. Oh, if you're unstoppable, how did you just get your WWJP or WPW championship belt taken away from you from a kid or a person named Joey? Shut up before I come over there and claymore you right now. Or again, like we did at the press conference. Talk less, play more. Guys, you need to chill. Let's state the obvious here. The obvious is that the fact that I'm clearly gonna choke slam both of you with a double choke slam and a double tombstone. I'm gonna be the first ever in wrestling history to double tombstone pile driver someone, and I'm gonna pin both of you as a sign of disrespect at the same time. I'm gonna throw Mega Flint outside the ring. I'm gonna look at my brother, stand over him, hold the championship over my head, look at him, roll the eyes back of my head, and I will say, brother, I told you. But you are 6 feet under. You have finally rested in peace. Oh, and if you do that, all I have to do is get under your legs, super kick you in your back, and hit you with a dark matter. No one cares about your dark matter, okay? Drop the accent. Just because your gimmick is good doesn't mean your real life humor is good. Shut up about that. Understand? That's why my attire will be better than both of yours this Sunday or later on tonight. You know what? I'm done with this. Mega Flint, where you going? You scared? Ah! You punched the intergalactic god? How dare— Oh! He just Claymore Dreamdust. Oh, you're next, Get your hands off of me, Colossal, you dirty ape. At WrestleMania, I'll send you back to Skull Island. A tombstone by Colossal to Mega Flint. Who do you think you are? At WrestleMania Night 2, you two will rest in peace. And there you have it, folks. That's the first part of the Dreamdust documentary. I hope you all enjoyed, because I didn't. I got choke slammed and I got hit. I'll see y'all guys I guess tomorrow or the next time we shoot the next part of this documentary. This is George Heinstein, and I am back, and I am out.